Hi guys, it's Christine Bertram and I am coming to you live from the Hive on a Tuesday, and I didn't cut it to the skin on my teeth as close as I normally do at 5 on a Tuesday night. It's actually 4 o'clock Central and we are here for a live Tip Tuesday. I am very excited to share with you the cards that I have prepared for next week's class, which is the Memories and More hand-penned Facebook class. It's going to be next week Wednesday, actually. Wow, I had to think about that for a second because there's actually 2 live classes next week. Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm waiting for this wonderful notification to appear telling me that I am in fact live, and then I can pull this up. Usually, there's Lizzie. It's 10 p.m. I caught you a little bit earlier tonight. It's not midnight, actually. So let's just see here, guys. You know I like to have you with me. There I am. Yay. Okay. You guys are... There it is. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Doris. Yes, Shirley, you're finally catching me live. And you guys, I'm like, do I go and put makeup on or do I just go with the flow? And I'm like, I'm going with the flow because I'm planting garden tonight and I don't need to wear makeup for that. And you guys don't care if I have makeup on, right? I'm hoping you don't care. Hi, Pauline from Eastern Oregon. I thought, well, if I go and put makeup on, that's going to take 15 minutes. And this way I get in here, I get my Tip Tuesday done, and I can head out and finish what we didn't do garden. What we did last night is we planted the potatoes and, got flowers done, and now we're planting the bulk of it's date night. So date night entails planting garden. Hi, Millie Kindle from Montana. Thanks for sharing, Shirley. I appreciate it. Hi, Hildy. So today's Tip Tuesday is going to be an easy one, you guys. And I don't know, no makeup needed. Woo woo, yay. So I don't know if I've ever done a Tip Tuesday specifically on, thanks Lizzie, you're beautiful too, I appreciate that. I'm not sure if I've ever done a specific Tip Tuesday on the Memories and More stuff. Hi, Sherry Martin. But I thought I would share with you the cards that I have ready to go for next week's class. I snuck this one in barely. I had everybody, I think I have one open spot. If anybody is interested in what I'm going to show, please reach out and just say, hey, you're interested, and ask if there's any spots left. I think that I had one left. So this product is actually retired. I had to get this purchased before the catalog ended on May 2nd. Hi, Deb Griffith. Excited to catch me live. Yay. Yes, I'm so excited that some of you are catch me live. So I think I have one left, but what happens is we generally dismiss the Memories and More stuff because it's kind of geared towards people who do memory making or scrapbooking, I guess you could call it. The scrapbooking is the term of the yesteryear, and the new term is the Memories and More memory keeping, because scrapbooking implies that it's expensive and it's time consuming and you don't ever finish. Where memory making, how they've tried to gear it is you have these little pockets and you put these little cards in and you add pictures and boom, you're done. So I don't generally do either one of those. I started my paper crafting adventure as a younger one 20 years ago, making a scrapbook. I'd have to say, to be honest with you, I scrapbooked my wedding. You guys, I've been married and I've been long since divorced. 15 years ago, already divorced. I literally spent about $1,000 on all the supplies to make this fabulously awesome scrapbook, and then ended up getting divorced. I don't mean to laugh, but it's like, it's a beautiful scrapbook. I still have it. It's beautiful. Hi, Gwen Prechashek. Hi, Laura Wagon. So no, you're not old, Laura. It's just there's this connotation with scrapbooking, which implies that it's a lot of work and expensive and it adds up fast. And so they're trying to appeal to people that don't have a lot of time and want to have a more smaller budget and do this memory keeping. So anywho, that's like not a lot in a nutshell. You guys got to hear some background history on me. So yes, I make this beautiful scrapbook, and I really haven't done much for memory making or scrapbooking probably now in 20 years. Hi, Joan Gordon. Hi, Tina Halleck. And so what I wanted to share with you is how you can convert your Memories and More card packs and those note cards and envelopes into cards, because they actually can make for some really quick and easy cards if you need something on the fly. They kind of remind me of Paper Pumpkin, but they're more of a challenge. Where Paper Pumpkin's all set for you, you really don't have to think. Where with the Memories and More, you might have gotten them and thought, well, I have all these cards and all these pretty things, and now I don't know what to do with them. And if you add in a few little things and mix and match the bits and parts, you end up with some pretty cards. So I've done a Heart and Home Memories and More class. You guys loved it. I believe I had 30 some sign up for that one. I did the Gingerbread Memories and More class back in November, probably 30 for that. So I was surprised. So I'm getting the feedback that you guys are loving somebody else creating and doing the work for you, which is awesome. So it gives me the ability to sit upstairs and design some cards. So anyways, so Feline started with scrapbooking as well. Yeah, I think a lot of us start off with that because we want to have keepsakes of our memories and photographs. Hi, Stacy Burns. Hi, Corinne Bouvia. My tip for you guys today in a nutshell is don't dismiss the Memories and More card packs and the note cards and envelopes just because you have this connotation that they have to deal with only scrapbooking or memory keeping. Just know you can get them and do cards. And so I do a product-based class, and I will be scheduling one for the new one that's in the annual catalog. But what I want to show you today is what we're going to be using next week, which is actually the retired product. I am going to be getting these out in the mail to people probably on Thursday. My mom and I have a date to do shipping on Thursday, so they'll be in the mail. So you guys all will have them in time for class on Wednesday night. But I want to show you where they are in the book and just talk about them. So, all right. We're going to flip or still skin the camera down. And you guys, this is the old catalog and then the new. Do you guys realize how close they look? Oh my goodness. Oh, they're so confusing. Okay, so Memories and More. Hi, Linda Kester. Memories and More, you guys, is towards the back. And page 127, it's titled Memories and More. And they have here where the books are, the pages are. They have these actually note cards and envelopes that are white that coordinate with them. But they seem to always have a pack and a note card and envelope together in a catalog. And this is the hand-penned one. So this is the card pack. These are the note cards and envelopes. And so the class for next week, everybody who did this, what day is the online version? It is Monday. Nope, it's Wednesday, May 25th, Feline. Okay, hi, Bonnie Robar. So this is the pack. And then these are the note cards and envelopes. Sometimes they have different size envelopes, but just to show you guys like what these look like, these were the note bases. They're 4x6, so they're a little bit bigger. And then the envelopes are always decorated and very pretty. And then when it comes to these, the pack, there's always a sheet of stickers in there. You're welcome, Feline. There's some sheets of stickers, and then you get these cards. And then there's cardboard on the back end. Okay, so you get these cards, and they're really meant for the whole memory keeping. But on the back side, they might do something different that you could incorporate it into a card. And so you're seeing these bit by bit. Hi, Linda Freund. Hi, Sandy Wicklander. So you're seeing this, and you're like, currently loving is what it says. I'm like, what does that say? It was really scribbly. Okay, so there's usually 2 of each one. So where flowers bloom, so does hope, but pay attention to that one. Okay, so these would slip into those plastic sleeves. This one was blah, 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 blah. You guys, can you tell I was working with stamps today? Life is a garden of possibilities. Here's just prettiness on the back. Here, like texture colors. There's that one, which was way in the beginning. Just showing you what some of these cards look like. Here, that one says cultivate a good life. We'll keep that one handy. Here's another pretty one with flowers and picture perfect. Now, then there's also these little babies, and these are 3x4s, and you get 2 of each one, and you can see they're one-sided, and then the other side has something else. Okay, so that's what the pack is all about. And then let's see here, stickers. Okay, so you get usually 2 sheets of 2 styles of stickers. Okay, all right. So I can't see these in no, it's just a US thing. It must be. If it's not in your catalog, then I guess it might not be. So that's the note cards and the envelopes and the pack. Okay, that's these things. Then what we do is we figure out what kind of an embellishment will look awesome with it. And I throw in an embellishment, and then we pick a ribbon. So this is Carissa and I. We were like, well, what ribbon will go with this? So we picked the flowers for every season ribbon combo pack. So there's 3 ribbons. So this is the product-based class where you get all 4 of these things with me. And what it comes out to then is you'll make in this case, it's 15 cards, but you have the ability to make 10 more right off the get-go, because the first thing that we do when we go through this is we divide the packs in half. We take and put half the small ones there, half the sticker sheets, and half the big ones, and half the envelopes, and half the note cards, and set them off to the side, and we design and create with the other half. So that leaves the other half for you guys to do with what you want to do with your own like creativity or completely mimic it. Okay, so I'm going to show you the 15 cards that we're going to be making in person on Monday, and then also we'll be going through the live. Okay, so that's that. All right, so that's here in the Memories and More. That's hand penned. This catalog is now retired. Just to throw this out here too, to put this in your guys' little thought banks, big thought banks, whatever size thought banks you have. I shouldn't say little, but I was talking to Linda Hodge today, and I was talking about my hot little hands. Okay, Memories and More now in this catalog is right here, page 136. So just know, for future reference, put it in your memory bank, I will be doing a Memories and More class with the Texture Chic. I want to say check, but I've been corrected many times. Texture Chic. There's a Memories and More pack, and then there's the note cards and envelopes. And so I'm going to find a ribbon and an embellishment that will go with it. Hi, Betty Pyle. And that will be an upcoming class. I do not even have it on the calendar. I haven't figured out a date or time or anything. Okay, so just to give you that heads up. Now, for the cards, you guys. So what happens is, you're going to end up with 10. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Great. I'm glad it was 10. You're going to end up with 10 of the big cards. And then because there's extra of those little cards and the big cards, I throw in extra card bases. I throw in extra mats. I throw in extra envelopes so that you can go away with 5 more. So it ends up being 15. And so just to run this by you of what you can create with a Memories and More pack, using the stickers, adding in ribbon, embellishments. Hi, Brenda Lee from Ontario. So a little bit of coloring. So I know Jamie Tafoya, if you're watching, she asked me today already, well, what inks are used? And she's trying to prep for class next week. So we need some colors. Hi, Linda Hall. Need some colors for coloring your flowers, and then like that's a sticker, so no stamping. You will need some stuff to complete your insides, guys, but I'm just showing you the fronts at this moment. I do add mats too, because it's really pretty to add a little extra color, so I will be adding mats, and like this is one of the sticker labels. The stamps that go with this are the hand penned, and I just use sentiments, and so there's that one. Now this is the one I wanted to call your attention to. So like I liked the yellow, but I wasn't all over the I mean, I love it. Cultivate a Good Life. It's very like earthy, and I'm going to plant the garden, and it makes sense. But it was like I was not all about putting that on the front of my card. So that's where you can take the little ones and put it over the top, and no one really, and there's a little banner that sticks out. Nobody even knows that that's what's underneath there unless they take your card apart. And so here's using that Carpe Diem, which means, I believe, seize the day, adding ribbon. Here was that one with the flowers, you guys, and perfect example of using the white ribbon that's in this one. You can color white ribbon with your blends. And then I took Pool Party and Stella and splattered it all over this background here. It's hard to see it, but I put a little jade ribbon along the bottom to make it look like they're growing out of the grass. Hi, Sue Somerville. All right, so here's another one. Again, that's just the stickers that were available in that sticker set, and coloring in some flowers that were black and white. This was also colored in. I did add this background here because the hand pen has that awesome scallop, so that's extra that I include for these cards. Sometimes I put the white, the purple or the blue on the front. Hi, Doris Munson, signed up for the future. Oh, yes, Doris. Please, I will, definitely. Send me an email as well, because I will start a list, and I'll make sure if anybody wants to get on that Texture Chic Memories and More class, I will add you guys' name to the list, and payment comes later. I just want to make sure I get people's names on the list. This is one that I just used the card, Life is a Garden of Possibilities. It was perfect, and just added a little bow. The opal rounds work so perfectly with this one. And then here, more stickers, just stamp congratulations. Hi, Tammy Steckling. And then here's another one. I added in a die cut label here and a white piece, and put a mat on there for you guys. So those are whoa, I lost my light as I pull everything with stickers. Oh my goodness. Hang on. There we go. Okay, so those are the big cards. Now the 5 smaller ones, I don't have my insides done. I was just so excited to get these done. I didn't even put insides in. But like here I added a mat and I embossed it with painted textures and put the card on the front. One of those. This one's a little bit of extra die cutting for you guys and a mat on the back here and then a sticker. So stamping the word thanks. These are the new deckled or something rectangles. So had to make some green cards here. So live life in full bloom. I like that one, so I kept it. Little black with white and green. And then this one adds a bunch of stickers. These, you guys, are all the stickers, and I colored them with my markers. A little extra stitch die cutting in the rectangle. So, hi Brenda Loveless. Brenda, these are the Memories and More cards for the hand pen, which you signed up for already last month. You have this, you're on the list, you're good to go, you've already paid for it. And then lastly was this little guy, adding in some Calypso Coral and then stamping congratulations. All the flowers, you guys, all I ever did was stamp only sentiments if they needed sentiments throughout these. And so for those that are signed up for this class, you just need some markers for coloring. You need a black ink and a Memento black if you want. I use Misty Moonlight on one card, but you could have gotten by with Memento. So, oh, you're very welcome, Brenda. So yeah, so that's what the whole Memories and More is about. Now, I kind of use the analogy, it's kind of like paper pumpkin, but it makes you work a little harder for it because you have to kind of set things out in front of you and figure out what goes with what, and you kind of mix and match different things, and you then just start those creative juices flowing. Yeah, so I guess I hope that's a good Tip Tuesday for you guys. Sometimes you get in the catalog and you dismiss things because you're like, oh, I'm not into that. But then when you can see the possibilities, then you're like, oh, shoot, now I got to have that. I know that happens to the majority of us, not just me. So, all right. So that is my Tip Tuesday for you guys. So if you're curious on how this all comes together, I will be live at, I think don't know what time. So this takes a little bit longer. So I can't remember what I put on the calendar, if it's 6 p.m. Central on the 25th or 5:30 Central. I don't know. If I can, I might bump it up to 5:30 unless I hear rumblings that that's not good for people. But just know whenever I do any of my online classes, you guys, via Facebook Live, you can catch the replay all the time. So yeah, well, that was a good, quick and easy Tip Tuesday. Now I've got some time. I'm going to head over to our local garden center. It's like a block from my house. I need to go get some more Thunbergias because we decided last night that we need to have more hanging plants going up the eaves troughs. So I'm going to sneak over there really quick. Try to get that before Tyler gets over here for planting of the garden. So if you guys joined in a little bit later and didn't catch the tip from the moment of the beginning, just know that once I hit the end button, you can go back and watch it from the beginning. Also, I've been noticing people have been signing up for my newsletter on my website. So that's awesome. Just know if you want to see emails from me about upcoming classes, or if you want to hear about sales or anything that I send out to my populace, my community of amazing stampers, you just go to my website, cardsbychrisb.com, and on the right-hand side, underneath a picture of me, is subscribe to my newsletter. If you put your email address and confirm it, I see that come through and I tag you and I make sure you get added to it. So, yeah, woohoo! I think that might be it. Kelly has a Technique Thursday, and it is going to be taped, so she will be airing that on Thursday. Linda Hall, the tip was, don't dismiss the Memories and More card making products in the catalog. Thanks, Tammy. Yeah, I always got to put Raiders on because when I go into it's called the Hensies or the Berry Patch. We have two of them actually, but I'm going to Hensies tonight. If I go in there, I see all these pretty colors and I just want to buy. And I can't do that because I am not in the market for lots of plants to have to take care of this summer, like little plant babies. So, yeah, so we'll catch you on Thursday night, you guys, for the Hey Sports Fan class, 6 o'clock Central. Get those mystery card nights. You know, you guys, last night was mystery card night, so make sure you get your entries in for mystery card night. You have until tomorrow night around 11 or 12. Hi, Linda Bailey. You need to go to the Cards by Christine Facebook page, past events, find the mystery card night event, and then go to the discussion and post your card in the post that says post your card here. So boom. All right, you guys, we did it. All right, lots of sunshine, love, and hugs to you. I appreciate everybody that shares my videos. You make everything worthwhile. Love you so much. Bye, guys.